Live from Sarnia, it's time for Ontario Hockey League action, a Sunday matinee. The 402 rivalry renewed as the London Knights visit the Sarnia Sting.
Gains the line, dumps it into the corner. Shot taken there as Aerosmith had it knocked down. Doucette chips it up to center ice. Brustevich and Dickinson after it. Touched by Dickinson. Now Aerosmith along the near side. Plays it off the skate of James Barr. No icing here. Doucette looked to drop it for Edwards. Heard some footsteps. Now Karimov pushes it out to center ice. Dumped back in by Doucette. Karimov into O'Reilly. O'Reilly looked to his left. Nobody there in green. Julien and O'Reilly in that corner. Wainwright comes down with it. Wainwright pushes it out. Kostic chips it further. Bonk back in his zone for Woolley. Sting looking to break that up. Mitch Young. Young wants to get around Van Bommel. Young continues on a shuttle on the ice. Elliott right there to make the stop. Woolley moves it to the line. Kicked back in by Young, but then cleared by the Knights. Aerosmith chasing after it. Battle on the near side. Julien trying to get it away from Kostic. Now O'Mary finds Kostic. It rolls off his stick. Stepping up here is Woolley. As the play was in the Sarnia end, and Cowan still just trying to shake off the cobwebs at the London bench. Elliott. Barr not able to keep it into the right point. Two Knights on him. Taking away the Knights looking to come in here. Aerosmith looked to center it out in front of the net for Van Bommel. And it was knocked wide of the net. Julien gives to Dickinson. Halfway through this opening period, still looking for the first goal of this Sunday matinee, and Jacob Julien would like it here. Julien's shot kicked out by Serzicha. Dickinson. Another chance. Serzicha didn't see it. Another shot off the draw. Serzicha being kept busy here. Julien. Aboflan. Play right back out in front of the net. Julien tried to center. It comes back here. Another shot. Serzicha makes that save. Julien thrown out of the draw. Aboflan leads in. Bonk right off the face-off. Gloved by Serzicha. Chamberlain and Julien. This time the Sting win the draw. O'Mary plays it off the glass. Gets it past Bonk at the blue line. Bonk calling for it. Bonk gets around Karimov. Now Bonk couldn't get it past Lukey. Aboflan for Bonk. Bonk looking to go wide on the left wing side. Lukey put a stick on him, able to still get outside the London blue line. Brustevich. Dickinson hands off. Brustevich dumps it in there. Serzicha leaves it for O'Mary. Doucette dumps it deep into the London zone. Brustevich on it. Van Bommel behind Aerosmith. Julien looks to catch up to it. Chopped at there by Young. Dickinson. Brustevich. Now penalty here to the Knights. Bodine sends it wide of the net. Wainwright on it. Wainwright takes a couple whacks from Bonk. Net has come off. Cowan wins the draw. Doucette looks to knock it down. Tried to get it back to the line. Puck bounces around Cowan. Stopped by Mitch Young. Young plays it to the open side, trying to free up the puck. Dickinson went down. Edwards into Brown. Brown drops it off a stick. Diorio back on the ice, so a good sign for the Sting. Edwards, we've got two players Diorio on the ice for that face-off. Of course, he was banged up in the first period. Came back for a shift before the period was over. Fagan hands it off. Jenkin. Drop back for Fagan. Pass broken up by Johnston. Caden Johnston gives to Brown. Brown into the corner. Johnston. Taken down. Played back out. Van Bommel gives chase here. Young back there, but icing. Bodine. Cross ice, Bridgewater. Johnston with it. Johnston. Bodine had trouble with it at the right point. Dumped back in by the Sting. No icing as Elliott came out to play it. Icing was on until Elliott came out behind the net. Jenkin. Long pass through center ice. Bodine couldn't get a stick on it cleanly. Fagan once again backhands it through center ice. Little flip play. Aerosmith tried to come down with it. Ryan Brown, the birthday boy, does for the Sting. Then Aerosmith takes a healthy run at Brown. Brown defending himself. Those two continue to battle behind the net. Johnston takes a slash. Johnston on it. Spencer goes after him. Spencer knocks him down. Now, what do we got? Into Wainwright. Wainwright takes it in the corner, rings it around the boards. Diorio has to catch up to it, not able to do that. Young sets up with 45 seconds to go on the power play. Young, there's the drop back to Edwards. Edwards off of Diorio. Julien gets there for the Knights. Brown tried to cut him off. Bonk through center ice, trying to set up Cowan. Cowan got a piece of it to negate the ice, and then Cowan takes it away from Serzica. Cowan with a chance. Serzica stops it, then leaves for Doucette. The Knights dangerous while shorthanded. Diorio off of Edwards. And then Bonk chops the stick out of Edwards' hands. Undisciplined penalty there. Edwards. There's Bodine for Doucette. Barr. Bodine. Gives to Doucette. Doucette missed Wainwright with that. It went right through him. Bodine scoops it up. Bodine. Wainwright. Drops it off to Doucette. Doucette with a chance. The Knights clear it off the draw. They're saying the Sting came in offside as Cowan played it off a Sting player. Cowan. Just at the line. Stick got up into the face. And then a special teams opportunity comes along, and then back they come. Cowan's out there now. Barkey was just out there a moment ago. Edwards finds Doucette. Young. Young in the circle. Young trying to drive it to the front of the net. Young in there. Brown takes it behind that, trying to wrap it around the other side. Puck stays. Young. Doucette with a blast. That hit Bonk. 2023 NHL draft. Young. Edwards. Brown and Bonk battle out in front of the net. Bonk now behind the net with Brown. Woolley calmly sends it down. Serzica stops it. Cowan in there first. Diorio hands it to Young. Fagan is out of the box. Young over the line. Good job by Julien to stand his ground. O'Mary. O'Mary slowed up by Bonk. Julien. Colley moves it back out to center ice. Hurt. Hit by Cowan. Played out right back in by Julien. Approaching 6 to go here in the second period. Wainwright. Once again broken up by Bonk. Bodine winds it up. Bodine. Edwards through center ice, stays now on the right wing side. Edwards trying to get around Dickinson. Brown cross-checked a couple times by Bonk. Brown staying with it. Julien dropped off to Bonk. Edwards, Doucette had Diorio on the far side. That one off a stick. Bonk able to clear it once again. Time continues to tick down on this Sarnia power play. Doucette. Young. Bodine. Wainwright dumps it in. Dickinson. Up to Van Gorp. Van Gorp. Van Bommel now. Houston Hurt. Taken into the corner. Julien centers it out in front of the net. Van Gorp was right there, and then Van Bommel. The most recent play here for the Knights. Van Bommel goes into the corner. Young sort of slows him up a bit. Delivers the hit on Hurt. Then Julien centers. Van Gorp stop, and then Dickinson. Dickinson shot blocked. 15 to go in the period. Wainwright. Sting looks like they're content to just play keep away and kill off the final seconds of the period. The Knights looking to see if they can force something. Sting maybe a little bit too much time with a prevent with the visor popped up. That used to be a rule that you'd get a 10-minute misconduct for that, but decided to get rid of that rule. That was put in because players were wearing their helmets basically on the back of their heads at one point. Edwards. Still holding on to it. Now lost the handle. Bonk. Drops it off to Woolley. Edwards now. Behind Kostic. Scooped up by Van Bommel. Van Bommel waiting. Tried to play it back. It was broken up partially by Barr. Doucette spinning away the cobwebs a little bit as he was knocked down. And then Julien shot the stick away from the season. And the Knights once again with a 2-goal margin. Sting, can they get it back again? Brown. Shot goes off a leg. Van Gorp sets a career high. He had 6 in 44 games last year. Naboflan. Shot goes off the outside net. Bounces back into the paint. And Serzica grabbed it long enough. See, off the outside of the net, then bounced off of Johnston. And he had it covered just long enough. Spencer. Shot wide of the net, comes back out. Looking for it, is right on the goal line. Kept out just enough. Brown. Wide of the net, it bounces off the bottom of the boards, comes back out, and now Young kept it in, but the Knights regained possession. Aboflin. Moved in by Jenkin. The London contingent of the 4,334 trying to cheer on their troops here, leading by 2, 4.5 gone, and they drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers. Bonk. Gains the red line, rings it around the boards. Rustevich, the other defenseman, in on it. Aerosmith stayed at the point for a moment to check up for his defenseman, but now the Knights get back in their positions. Dickinson shot, glove down by Serzica. Van Bommel forces the turnover, but the Knights not able to capitalize on it. Brown. Drop back, Van Bommel goes after it. Scooped up here by Houston Hurt. Hurt. Brown. Picked up by Diorio. Diorio trying to get through Rustevich. Rustevich slows him down. As Van Bommel and Young got tangled up, Van Bommel had a hold of Young's stick. Van Bommel is going off. The referee says play on. Drop back in the middle. The Knights fans not liking that. Young looking to center it. Van Bommel, I think as he came down, his helmet was out of place. And then Diorio, flattened by Brustevich. Barr put it out of play, but it was deflected. Now Flynn leans in. Julien was thrown out of the circle. Now Julien on the puck. Julien trying to work his way in, steered wide. Now Kostic trying to break in the left wing. His chance. Elliott knocks that down. And then as Lukey tried to drop it back to Diorio and missed the pass. Oh, Mary hitting Aboflan as Diorio comes over. Lukey taken to the corner. Young plays it to O'Mary. Kostic. The Knights collapse around him. Lukey as the Sting getting some reinforcements on the ice. Houston hurt. Steered away by O'Reilly. Wainwright shot wide. Johnston on it. Julien takes it away. Dickinson calmly sets up. Karimov. Bodine waits for it. Now puts it onto the stick of Houston Hurt. Woolley drops it into the middle. Van Bommel. Good to see Van Bommel back out there. Kostic. Steered in there. Elliott keeps it away from the front of the net. Karimov. Now Aerosmith. Blake Aerosmith circles back. He starts back up the right wing. Got it just over the line. Young slows him up. Barr tied up by Van Bommel, and Van Bommel tried to ride Barr right into the boards. Young. Aerosmith lost his stick. Drop back, but right onto the blade of Cowan. Julien trying to catch up. Diorio does a good job staying with Julien. Diorio does on the back check. Read that play well. Julien was still able to get towards the front of the net. It's one thing we've noticed with Diorio's game, able to play a 200-foot game.